This is the Barbados Today morning news for Monday, November 14. Thank you for joining us. I am Marie-Claire Williams. The National Union of Public Workers says it is doubtful that its case for the reinstatement of President Akanni McDowall to an acting post in the Ministry of Health will be fairly handled by the Public Service Commission. A statement released yesterday by the union referred to comments by the Chief Personnel Officer, Gail Atkins, who last Thursday denied that the Public Administration Division victimized McDowall. In a statement released through the GIS, she also said the PAD had no record of McDowall ever holding that position. The NUPW said it is surprised that Atkins issued a public statement on the matter before it was discussed by the Public Service Commission. The union said it only received a letter from the PAD on November 8th and advised that its concerns were being prepared for the attention of the Public Service Commission. It added that before Atkins' statement, another senior public servant also called a radio talk show down to brass tacks and divulged personal information pertaining to McDowall. The union said this was out of order and referred to the Public Service Act of 2007, which states that officers shall not, without authority, disclose official information that has been communicated in confidence within the ministry or department or received in confidence from others. Meanwhile, opposition leader Mia Mottley has joined the NUPW in criticizing the removal of McDowall from the senior position of Acting Health Planning Officer 1. Last month, McDowall was returned to his substantive post of Environmental Health Assistant 1. Addressing the official launch of the campaign headquarters of John King on the weekend, Mottley charged that the move may have been politically motivated.
We want a government in this country that will be fair, and not oppressive, that will not threaten people who open their mouth as being done now to the young boy who heads the NUPW. How does a person get an appointment, giving them until the end of October, or end of December, to act in a position, and then unilaterally that is terminated in October? And rather than do the right and fair and decent thing, this country is now to be brought to its knees because of threatening and impending industrial action, because the government does not know how to be fair. It is wrong.
But the Chief Personnel Officer, Gail Atkins, has denied that McDowall was victimized or there were any ulterior motives for removing him from the acting post. Operations at the island's air and seaports are expected to be back to normal today following a go-slow by customs and immigration officers on the weekend. They took the action following a meeting with their union, the NUPW. General Secretary Rosalind Smith said the officers put forward a number of grievances at a meeting which the union plans to present to the Chief Immigration Officer this week. Education Minister Ronald Jones is raising concern over what he says is too much wastage in the education system. Jones was addressing the graduation ceremony at the Samuel Jackman Prescott Polytechnic on the weekend. He told students the education system has evolved significantly since the 1960s and students need to make better use of the resources and opportunities available to them.
And how is that wastage determined? When you're late for classes, when you take your time to get to the Polytechnic or to primary school or to secondary school or to college or the University of the West Indies. Because the tutor, the lecturer, the instructor is being paid regardless of if you come. But it's being paid to teach you, to educate you, to give you a sense of your own being. And if someone gives you a sense of your own being, then you have a duty, you have a responsibility yourself to ensure that you maximize all of that effort.
The St. Michael Northwest branch of the Democratic Labour Party celebrated its 35th anniversary this weekend, and several members were recognized for their contribution over the years at a special luncheon held in their honor. MP Chris Sinclair praised the work of the volunteers who have been helping those in need in the community, particularly with the hamper program every Christmas.
Every year, we keep going up. We actually started with 100 hampers. We went to 150. Then we went to 200, then we went to 250, Then we went to 325, and this year we're going to do 400. So that is our part, and it's all done by volunteer work. People who get out of their beds at 4 o'clock in the morning and come down to the constituency office, or really at Captain Gaylord's place in the church center there, that we borrow from time to time for our various activities, and set out so that by 12 o'clock we want to be off the road by 12 o'clock.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Read all about it, read all about it. Get your paper. Only $2.25. Let's get your paper.
You again with that stale news from yesterday. I got the Barbados Today app on my phone, and I just get my news for free.
What do she?
The Barbados Today, news you can trust.
But Maisie, this Christmas will be the best Belgian Christmas for we. Maisie, it is all because Republic Bank just like Santa Claus. Maisie, fix up the kitchen and a new TV we getting. A special time to commemorate. Republic will help you celebrate.
Get ready to celebrate 50 years of independence right through to the best Bajan Christmas ever with a Make It Happen loan of up to $50,000 from Republic Bank. Give your home a good old Bajan sprucer, buy some new furniture and appliances, or take an after-holiday trip to visit loved ones over and away. You could also be one of our lucky winners to share in fabulous prizes. Just visit any branch to apply. Go to republicbarbados.com or call us at 227-2700. We're also available via Skype and FaceTime. Special conditions apply.
In Bajan style, it will be great with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
We're back now with news from around the Caribbean. Regional airline LIAT has told employees they will not be paid for uncertified sickness beyond the number of days allowed under the labor laws of their respective countries. The announcement came on the heels of a public spat between the airline's management and the Leeward Islands Pilots Association and the Leeward Islands Flight Attendants Association. The dispute followed charges reportedly leveled by senior airline officials that the frequent illness among staff was responsible for the airline's flight delays and cancellations. Both workers' representatives denied the charges and blamed the problems on a shortage of crew, poor working conditions, and what they say is an incompetent management team. LIAT says the workers were informed about the policy in March, and it has already begun to take action which would affect employees across the board. On the international scene, at least 2 people were killed and several roads and buildings were damaged when a powerful earthquake rocked New Zealand yesterday. The quake prompted a tsunami warning that sent thousands fleeing to higher ground. Emergency response teams were flying by helicopter to the region at the epicenter of the 7.8 magnitude quake, 57 miles northeast of Christchurch in the South Island. The country continued to feel hundreds of aftershocks after the initial quake, and Prime Minister John Key said the strongest measured 6.1 magnitude.
In terms of firstly dealing with the quake itself, the best advice we have is probably what you know. There was a 7.5 metre, 7.5 on the Richter scale, 15 metres deep, but it also went, we think, about 100 kilometres out to sea. And that's the issue that caused the potential tsunami, was that it wasn't on land solely, it went out to sea. We know that waves were as high as 2 metres. We also know that New Zealanders responded absolutely as they should be in this instance. They didn't go down to the beach, they didn't go and ignore the warnings, they took the advice seriously. We now know that those around the country, that tsunami risk has been downgraded to coastal warnings, but we also urge people just to continue to be cautious. Sadly, on the best information we have, there have been 2 fatalities. At this point, we're unable to give you precise information of what caused those fatalities.
That's the news this morning. Remember, you can get more on our website, www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We're on Izumi Media in bus terminals and Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Or you can tune in to Channel 99 on Flow TV or Mix 96.9 FM for more news. I am Marie Claire Williams. Good morning.